Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
And you're very welcome to Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald, giving you a different view on what's about to happen. Say what's about to happen. 16 days we've got, folks. 16 days. That's all that's left. And she's doing it again. Well, not that we thought she was going to do anything different. She just cannot, 100% cannot answer a question. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Here, I'll let you from the horse's mouth.
How risky is it that you could lose the election?
Well, it is undeniable that it is something that everyone is aware of what is happening there. I speak publicly all the time about the fact that there are so many tragic stories coming from Gaza. And of course, the first in this phase of everything that has happened, the first most tragic story is October 7th.
She just can't answer. The question that was asked to her there was, how do you feel, if you could lose the election? That was the question that was asked to her, is, do you think there's a possibility you could lose the election? And she went on talking about the problems in Gaza. The woman cannot answer a question at all. She just can't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't see why she's not able to answer any question at all. So you have to remember, right, that Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are currently filling out a job interview. That's what they're doing, because they are looking to get the job of the President of the United States of America. Am I right or wrong? You can tell me if I'm right or wrong, because you can text me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, which is 71307, or you can give me a call on the WORD talk line, which is 800-905-0809. I will try that again. It's the WORD talk line, 800-905-0989. Nearly gave out my own phone number there. Don't want to do that. They're both applying for a job. This is their job interview. They are applying for the job. Okay. If you went to a job interview and somebody asked you a question, just for argument's sake, I have Jim here in front of me. Jim, could you tell me a time where you've had to use your own common sense and you thought it might have gone against leadership qualities? And then Jim turns around to me and says, well, I grew up in a very poor area, and I didn't have an awful lot, and my dad left 4 years before I was born, and my mom, well, I don't even know if she gave birth to me. And that is not answering the question. That is seriously, that is just dancing around. That is making noise. It is just being there. I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. How does Kamala expect to win anything when she can't even put a sentence together? Now, normally I don't give out about people. I don't hate anybody, and I don't hate Kamala. I don't. I mean, she's a person, a human being. Because apparently that's a big thing now. They're saying, oh, well, how do I make Donald Trump know I'm a human being? Because Donald Trump is a human being. Or sorry, Donald Trump knows you are a human being. He knows. There's this load of BS going around now. Oh, if I was to ask Kamala Harris one question, it would be when was she going to get the equality back in track? And if I was to ask Donald Trump a question, it'd be, does he think I'm a human being? Of course he does. Of course he does. Donald knows you're a human being. On the text line, Odi, that's not the words coming from the horse's mouth. She actually looks like, yeah, she does look like listen. We're not gonna say anything bad about her, but it is the words coming from the horse's mouth, because that's exactly what she does. You could ask her a question about anything. If I was to ask her, it is 11 minutes past 8 here on a Sunday night. Okay. I am just outside Greenville. if you know Woodruff Road, that's where I am. In the studio, down there. It is dark outside. If Mrs. Harris was sitting right in front of me and she said to me, Odie, look out the window. It's dark out there. I would have to look out the window because I wouldn't trust anything the woman says to me. Another texter says, well said. Thank you very much. Another texter says, it's just word salad. 100%. Thank you, texter. Ending in 711. You know who you are. Thank you, because it is just word salad. I've said it here before on a Sunday night. I have little bulletins, little PowerPoints, or not PowerPoints, little bullet points of which I'm going to talk about things. Okay? I've got small little snippets of what I'm going to talk about. And if the computer was to suddenly die, I'd probably be okay. I know roughly what I'm going to talk about tonight. And if something was to go wrong, I'd be well able to talk about it. Do you want a president that isn't well able to talk when technology fails? Donald Trump can do it. Donald Trump could do it. And going back a couple of presidents, what's his name? Obama, he could do it. He was well able to talk. If teleprompters went down, he was able to talk. And he was. I'm just going to say he was able to talk. Ronald Reagan was well able to talk. The George W. couldn't stop him from talking. I got a kick out of George W. Good. And that's the thing. Remember, we've 16 days to go until the general election. Okay? Do we want another president like Joe Biden? Now you have to remember, old Sleepy Joe, the image he puts out to the world about what the American president is terrible. I've had so many people talk to me in Ireland or from Ireland have said to me, you must be happy that Sleepy Joe is nearly out. Yes, I am. 100%. Texter, who is, I don't know Joe Camel. You're texting, you're telling me about Joe. I don't know who Joe Camel is. So you're going to have to let me know who Joe Camel is. And then maybe I could work on that. Odi, she doesn't want to answer any questions because she doesn't want you to know who she is or what she is going to do if we elect her. 100% texter. It's all cloak and daggers and smoke and mirrors. But the thing is, I don't know, texter. I don't know if it is 100%. I don't know if it is the whole thing that she's holding back. I just think, I know she's got loads of documents and apparently she's got degrees and she's done so much in life. There's a lot of people in the world that hold a lot of pieces of paper that say that they're highly intelligent people and they're not. I've met some of them. I know a lot of people in the world. Now they have strengths. They have a lot of strengths. But I know a lot of people out there in the world and they've got so much book smarts. They could recite loads of different words. They can pick pieces out of different books and they can tell it to me. And, I could ask them a question and they'll have an answer for me and it'll be very smart. And they've got degrees and they've got doctorates and they've got master's degrees and they've got loads of different things on their wall. But if you go out and, you bring them out into the countryside and say, that's a cow, they'll look at it and go, oh, wow, that's a cow. Or, you say to them, the price of gasoline has gone up in the last couple of years. Oh, why is that? And then you get people who are street smart. She's not street smart. Donald is street smart. Yes, I know. Donald Trump was, he's had money. He's a businessman. He knows how to talk to people. Yeah. I'm getting nervous. I am getting a little bit afraid. Just a little bit afraid that if things go wrong, and I'm going to say wrong, then we're going to get Kamala as El Presidente. When I come back, I'm going to be telling you how much money the Biden administration has let disappear, gone, out the door from the Americas. When I tell you the amount of money it is, it's going to sicken you. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Got to call her on the tune. Going to have a talk with caller in a second.
If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work first. So we only connect you with the best. If your reading is
Yes, it's a little bit cold in the studio tonight, but I don't mind. I don't mind.
20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Prescriptions require online consultation with a healthcare provider will determine appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now.
Hey, Pete, we'll be back in about a minute, okay, buddy?
You have to take time out of your
All right, hang on, buddy.
Physical office and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state. You can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process.
So joining me now on the WRD talk line, all the way from Anderson, is Pete. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Andy. Thanks for taking the call.
No problem at all. Yeah. So,
and-
did I strike a nerve? Did I strike a nerve when talking about
No,
Camilla?
no. The reason the poor girl can't make a commitment is she doesn't know what her handlers want her to say. That's the problem. She can't say one thing, and then when she gets into office, her handlers tell her something else. So she's got to be non-committal. and you know, names mean something.
Mhm.
We went from an Obama nation to a Biden your time, and now we're heading for harassment. So it's not good.
So,
Yeah.
Pete,
Yeah.
I know, like myself, you're not from these isles. You're a transplant. I mean,
I'm a transplant, but my friend, I am an American citizen, so now
Okay.
I can vote
Okay,
for the
so you'll be
Donald.
voting.
And that's another thing. Trump will trump them all.
He will, and that is the thing. But when you were younger, when you were growing up, did you and the people around you, whenever you said, "Oh, America," was it a kind of thing that people were like, "I cannot wait to go to America," or "It's amazing that you're gone to America," or "You're going to America"?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It was something to aspire to. It was a place to go. I mean, it was England. I mean, it was America or Australia.
Mhm.
We wanted to leave Grantham. No doubt about it.
And now, when people say, "Oh, Donald Trump is so wrong," you can't be saying "Make America Great Again," but it was amazing. And some people are saying, it was never great, but it was, and that's the thing. America was, well, it still is, but it was
Well, yeah.
the place to go.
And it was revered by the world, and it had the world's respect. It was always looked up to. Yeah, America was the place. And in fact, when I was at college, they said that, the candle of freedom burns brightest in America, but it's only going to take a breeze to blow it out. So, yeah, the world looked up to America, and
did,
that's
yeah.
the reason everybody wanted to come here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe you're right.
And-
Listen, Pete, thank you
yeah.
very much for your call, and have a great Sunday evening. And there you have it. There is another person who has come all the way from England and now set up shop here in America and loving everything to do with it. But if that doesn't get you going, how much money do you think has left America? In the last 4 years, how much money do you think has left the United States of America? How much of your money? Because everybody that's listening here tonight, you right there, you are listening to the show. You pay your taxes and I'm not going to say in some form or another. Okay. If you're retired and you're not working, well, you're still paying your taxes. If you have a job, you're paying your taxes. If you go to the gas station and put gas into your vehicle, you are paying your taxes. If you go to a store and you buy a Snickers bar, you are paying your taxes. Okay. So it's your money that the government is using. Okay. In the Biden administration, okay, this is just the Biden administration. From January 2020, there has been 95 billion, okay, billion dollars of your money has gone out of the country. Can you imagine how much help $95 billion would have done if it had stayed here in the United States of America? I'm going to break that down for you just a little bit, right? Just a wee bit. As of October 20th, okay, today, the national debt per person for every single person living here in the United States of America, the national debt is $105,000 per person. If it's a household, roughly about 271, roughly, give or take. The entire debt of America, of the US, the national debt, the entire one, is $31.38 trillion. Now, I'm not even going to work out how much that is. That's a lot of money. But yes, Biden, well, it wasn't Biden. As our caller Pete was saying, it's the puppet masters. They let $95 billion leave the country when the national debt is $31 trillion. That's with a T, trillion dollars. Like, on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, Odi, I met some people from Belgium today, and they said they were looking to immigrate to here in the upstate. Look at that. They said that Europe is gone socially. Yes, it has. That is something that I talked about last week as well. All of these people that are saying, "Oh well, if Donald Trump gets back into the country, if he's going to be the president, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going to Europe. I'm getting out of here." Why would you? People are still coming to America. Eddie Murphy wrote a movie about it. I don't get it. Another texter says yes, and you should include the 80 plus billion that Biden left. Now, there, yes. When Biden decided to take all of the troops out of Afghanistan, he left $80 billion of equipment. I'm not just talking tents and Humvees. I'm talking about weapons. He left serious amounts of rifles. I'm gonna start small. Bullets first. Okay? Millions upon millions of bullets. Rifles, RPGs, bombs, helicopters, planes, tanks. What was he thinking? Oh, well, it's going to cost us so much money to bring all of this stuff back that we might just leave it there and hopefully it won't fall into enemy hands. And oh, if it does fall into enemy hands, well, we'll show them how to use it. But don't forget that not only did Biden pull all the troops out of Afghanistan, if Harris is to be believed, remember she said this statement not even 2 months ago that there is no, and this is verbatim, this is exactly what she said. She said that there was no troops, no American troops serving in hostile environments. Oh yeah, apart from the I don't mean it lightly. Apart from the 13 who were killed leaving Afghanistan. Remember the 13 troops? Remember them, Camilla? Remember all them? Remember all the people that got really hurt? There was another couple of troops were badly injured and killed in the last couple of weeks. Remember the wives and the girlfriends and the parents of the people of the members of the armed forces who died in the last couple of months? Remember them talking to you? Remember them trying to have conversations with you? Oh no, but you're 100% right. There's no troops serving in foreign in I want to say theater. Is it theater? I does she not? She gets me so angry. Like she really does. When Donald is giving facts. Okay, look it. Donald likes to embellish a little bit. We all do. Everybody does. But when Kamala embellishes, she lies. Straight up lies. 100% lies. She doesn't answer questions. Even when she doesn't answer questions, she still lies. Remember, folks, 16 days. 16 days. scvote.gov. If you want to find out where to vote, how to vote, scvote.gov. That's how you can do it. When I come back, I'm going to be telling you all about the people that are crossing the border illegally because apparently there's none. Yeah, who would have thought? I would have thought. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Sorry, guys. I just have it on mute for a minute because this microphone picks everything up. And if when I'm listen, I'm not fit, not even slightly. And when I breathe a little bit heavy, it sounds it sounds terrible. So I'm just going to mute for a minute. And I'm here on my own. I'm here in the studio on my own, so I'm not talking to anybody. Feel free to leave a comment. I will listen to comments. Feel free. I will reply to comments here that I may not reply to on the big show. So, get them out to me. Okay, let's get back to the show, I suppose. Headphones are going on. Somebody texted me and said, "Ooh, when the headphones are going on, Odie's going to tuck." True. Very true. Going to that exact same common sense retirement planning text line, Odie, death and taxes are the only certain things. Yes, they are. Yes, they 100% are. Death and taxes. I want to talk. Maybe you can answer this. When you go to a store and you pick out a candy bar or you pick out a drink, why is it a different price? I know what you're going to say, but why is it a different price when you get to the register, the till, than it is? And I know it's the taxes, but why can they not? This has been something that I would say it's bugged me because I'm used to it now. Like I know what's going to happen. The price that you pay is not the price on display because of the taxes. But why can the taxes not just be put into it? If you can tell me, if you can let me know, if you're a whiz with taxes and all that fun stuff, then you can let me know. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Yeah, I'd love to know. Odie, shout out to Kid Flaccid. See, that's our little, that's a little joke. It's not an inside joke. It's one of the words that Tara hates is the word flaccid. And we started doing it on the Upstate Pulse on Saturday nights, and it's flowed over onto this show where if you text flaccid, then Tara has to read it in the morning. It's a little bit childish, but it's funny. What else have we got on the text line? I saw a good one here. I did. Oh yeah. Odie, one of the Baldwin brothers, said that he would leave the country if George Bush was to beat Al Gore. It's been 24 years and he's still here. Yes, he is. Odie, did the Donald serve French fries in a drive-through window today? Yes, he did. 100%. And hang on, I wasn't going to talk about it just yet, but I'm going to have just put this back over here, and we'll pop this one there and that one there. And here is a little bit of audio of the Donald in the drive-thru.
Mr. Trump, what's your favorite thing to order at McDonald's?
I like it all. I like every ounce of it, everything. But I do like the French fries while I'll be working.
Yeah, so he was working on the French fries. He was actually cooking French fries. And I watched a little video on it. There wasn't a whole lot of audio, but I will describe it a little bit to you. He was being shown how to cook French fries, okay? And the one thing that I noticed when you have to remember, okay, Donald Trump was the president of the United States, hopefully will be the president again, the most powerful man in the world was listening very intently to the cook. Okay. The guy that was cooking the French fries was explaining to Donald how to do it. He was explaining exactly how it happens. You know, you put the French fries in, drop them into the oil, you press a few buttons, and then a couple of seconds later, you take it up and you shake them, you pop them back in. Donald Trump was listening as intently as somebody who needed that job, somebody who wanted to work as a fry cook in McDonald's. He wasn't just, posing for photographs. He was engaging within the person. And what's Kamala doing? She's not doing that. There was so much personability. That's a word. It's an Irish word. Deal with it. There was so much that Donald does. He gets out there. He talks to people. He interacts personally on the same level as people. And that's what we need in a president. That is what we need. What? Oh yeah, Jim. Jim is back with me again. Jim, poor Jim. I feel bad for Jim. He says, "Odi, I still don't have cable or internet or Wi-Fi. I'm going to put on a DVD. Should I put on The Dirty Dozen or Valkyrie?" Well, Jim, you should stay listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD for another. Well, you should always stay listening. Have it on. But once you're finished listening, or once you get ready to go sleep, I would think Valkyrie. I liked Valkyrie. It was a good movie. Tom Cruise was in it. Odi, thank you so much for truth in labeling. Okay, well, I'm trying to label the truth. Hi, Odi. Really enjoy your show. Cannot wait to vote. I'm going to be online in the morning. No, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying the show. And what I'm trying to do is, well, here's the thing. I want to help you relax on your Sunday evening, okay? But what's after happening is that I'm after getting a massive vested interest in the election that's coming up. And every time I see Kamala doing something, my blood seems to boil a little bit, because I cannot believe that people are taking her seriously. I just can't. I've said it before. Donald does not need to do this. He doesn't need to do this. He's doing it because he wants to do it, because he wants to bring America back to where it was. I guarantee if he does get back into office, which hopefully he will, we will all see massive changes within about 2 or 3 months. We'll see changes straight away, but we'll see proper big changes within about 2 or 3 months. There won't, I don't want to say it. I was going to say that there won't be any viruses to mess up his presidency this time, but you never know what they're going to try or what they're going to do. Only Trump knows how to make French fries. Kamala doesn't. Now, there you go. You see, Kamala came from a poor background, where she struggled as a kid, and her mom and everybody struggled, and there was lots of struggling happening, and it's all struggling. She wasn't, though. Was she? Is it another little tall tale that she's telling? Earlier on, I was telling you about the amount of people that have come across the US border. Okay, the records. US border has the records of encounters. That's what they're calling them, encounters with migrants. And these include people who attempted to cross illegally and people who tried to enter legally but were deemed inadmissible. Okay. Since Joe Biden has been in office, since January 2021, so they're giving him a little bit of leeway. There has been more than 10 million encounters, and about 8 million came over on the southwest land border with Mexico. 8 million encounters. That's 8 million people who tried to enter the U.S. state illegally. 8 million. I'm going to give you a minute, right? On the text line 71307. I'm going to give you a minute to guess how many encounters there was on the US border when Donald was in power. Okay, it's not 8 million. Definitely not 8 million. Get your text into me now on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307 as to how many people you think tried to get into America illegally in the U.S. in the southern U.S. border. Now, remember, Donald has been down there. Yeah, he's been there. He's seen it. Texts are coming in. No, you're all wrong. I'm just going to say it to you. It's 2.4 million. 2.4 million in the entire presidency of Donald Trump. That's all that came in. 2.4 million. And they're saying the Homeland Security has said that it will before the end of the Biden's administration, because he's stepping down. They're expecting the number to be up to 11 million illegal immigrants. Actually, no, there is now 11 million illegal immigrants living in the United States. 11 million. Somebody said to me, Odi, does that annoy you? Does that, does that get on your goat that there's 11 million illegal US immigrants living pretty much for free here in America? I'm not going to answer that because the FCC will get onto me. The words I'll use won't be nice. Does a little bit. 16 days till the election. When I come back, I'm going to be telling you what you should possibly do on election day. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. They're not. They're going to start realizing it. She's not coherent. She's not. And that laughter. Do you know that laughter that she does? Talked about it last week. Talked about it a lot. On the text line, the people that fly the Confederate flag also are the ones who have lots of food and lots of ammo. Well, you could say that. You could. I am going to be talking about that. What do you call it? Oh yeah, the interview that happened. You're listening to Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. It is the voice of the Carolinas. I'm sorry, I had my mic muted. Stacey, I only apologize. No idea you were in. Oh, sorry, just let me turn this down a wee bit. Yeah, I'm living in Addison County. Okay, so what does a poll manager do, Stacey? Do you want to call in? If you want to call in, and you can, phone number is 800-905-0989. You can call in. Phone line is there. Even if you don't want to come on here, you can have a chat with me, and I can ask what a poll manager is. The number's on the bottom of the screen there. It's coming up. Now, 800-905-0989. I'd love to know what a poll manager is, or you can text me here, and I'll get it. Stacey, drop me a private message.
Their fighter jet crashed in the mountains in Washington state east of Mount Rainier during a routine training flight on Tuesday. Search teams were launched immediately, including Army Special Forces soldiers trained in mountaineering, high-angle rescue, and technical communications. The wreckage was located Wednesday by an aerial crew at about 6,000 feet in a remote, steep, heavily wooded area. Crash remains under investigation. Identities of the missing crew members can be released 24 hours after families are notified. Cigna resumes merger discussions with Humana, according to the Wall Street Journal. Last December, the two companies failed to agree on a price as Cigna pursued the purchase of the Louisville-based company. The merger would have created a $140 billion giant in the health insurance industry. The Wall Street Journal previously reported Cigna instead would focus on a smaller acquisition. Humana is the largest corporation based in Kentucky and specializes in Medicare Advantage, the fastest growing area in health insurance. Cigna is stronger on commercial insurance, only a minor player in Medicare. I'm Ann Carrot, and this is Fox News.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows of low around 47. Tonight, under clear skies, northeast winds around 5 miles per hour. Sunny skies, tomorrow, highs level up around 79. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Ritchie with the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Right now, it's 63 degrees.
Tune into Living Large Radio with Mark Henry. Get out of the idea that you're a trader and become a long-term investor. Saturdays at 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and Sundays at noon, right here on 98.9 WORD.
Keep informed. This is Tara. Join me for the Tara Show tomorrow morning at 6 on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Follow and connect at 98.9 WORD.
Did you watch the Did you watch Saturday Night Live last night? No. Hang on now. We go here and just put it back here a little bit. And this is what happened on Saturday Night Live last night. Okay.
Pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you, Brett. The pleasure is neither of ours.
Well, thank you, Madam Vice President.
There's the thing. There's the laugh. Okay, so it's Alec Baldwin and Maya Rudolph, and they done a skit of the interview. Now I'll be playing a few bits from the real interview in a couple of seconds, but this is the Saturday Night Live one.
Now, when I interviewed President Trump, my first question was, what do you think is the most important issue facing our nation? So my first question for you is, give me the exact number of murderers you let loose in this country.
Well, Brett, I'm glad you brought up the topic of immigration.
1 million, 2 million?
Okay. The first thing we did in office was to introduce a bill.
10 million, give me a number.
Brett, we came up with a bipartisan
But
bill.
didn't have a number, though.
See, that's the thing, and that's why I say that they nailed it. You know, Saturday Night Live hasn't been doing absolutely fantastic lately, but so the question was answered and there was no answer given, and then here we go.
May I please finish?
I'm asking you to.
Well, then you have to listen.
Well, I can't because I'm talking.
I am the only candidate who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations. I brought down the Sinaloa cartel. I brought down the Guadalajara cartel. If I was in Breaking Bad, it would have ended in 3 episodes.
You see, they got it right. Saturday Night Live got it 100%, 1,000,000% right. Because here's a question that was asked of Kamala, and this, I just, you can have it. This is the real one, right? This is the real, what's his name? It's gone from my brain. It'll be there in a second. I tell you what, you can listen here and I'll think of it.
There are critics who look at what the administration did and say and think differently. Madam Vice President, they're wrapping me very hard here. I hope you got to say what you wanted to say about Donald Trump. There are a lot of things.
There's more to say. I have
there
much more to
are
say.
a lot, Madam Vice President.
And
they're giving me a hard rap.
Well, I thank you for the time.
So yeah, the Brett Bear. I could not gone from my head. Brett Bear. he said it to he said it straight out to Kamala. He was like, I hope you've got to say what you had to say about bashing Donald Trump because that's all you seem to talk about. And she said, no, Brett. You just sit right back there because I have a lot more to say about bashing Donald Trump. That was the end of it. But um, here's the other one. She won't. This is a question that was asked of her: is what she would do if she became the president. Okay, and here's what she won't do.
So, you're not Joe Biden, you're not Donald Trump, but nothing comes to mind that you would do differently?
Let me be very clear. My presidency will not be a continuation of Joe Biden's presidency. And like every new...
So just with that one. So Joe Biden is her boss, okay? Just think about this for a second. In front of the entire world, because everybody knows that everything that is online everywhere is recorded. It's seen by everybody eventually. So in front of the entire population, she's after saying, no. I won't be anything like the boss.
And like every new president that comes into office, I will bring my life experiences, my professional experiences, and...
What would they be? Life experience? No. Now, is that talking about how you had no money when you were young?
Fresh and new ideas. I represent a new generation of leadership. I, for example, am someone who has not spent the majority of my career in Washington, D.C.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So that means that somebody who wants to get in to be the president has not spent a lot of their time in Washington. So they don't know how to do politics. I mean, I know Donald was a businessman back in the day. Not back in the day. He still is a businessman. And, he spent a bit of time in Washington. And Brett went on to ask the vice president, Kamala, turning the page. That's her slogan, turning the page. And this is what she had to say.
Your campaign slogan is a new way forward, and it's time to turn the page. You've been vice president for 3.5 years. So what are you turning the page from?
Well, first of all, turning the page from the last decade in which we've been burdened with the kind of rhetoric coming from Donald Trump that has been designed and implemented to divide our country.
So there it is again. The question was asked of her what she is going to do to turn the page, what she's going to do. Basically, the question was asked, what are you going to do to make sure that you are not Joe Biden, that you're going to do something else? And she immediately could not answer the question because the earpiece that she was wearing, yes, she was wearing the same earring. Coincidence? Yeah. The information that was being fed to her, probably by Big Mike. Big Mike was sitting in the back, talking away to her. Oh, you need to give out about Donald Trump. You need to do. Here's my thing. Okay. I want to know your thoughts on this. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. If, just for argument's sake, say that the person that Kamala was going up against, now I'm glad that it's Trump, but if the person that she was going against was a good person, okay? No, I don't mean it that way. Donald is a good person, a different person to Donald, okay? Would she still bash him? Would she be able to have conversations? Would she be giving out? Would she be nasty, as nasty as she is? Would she be able to answer the question? What would she do? Would she be able to? Would she be running for president? I don't think so. I honestly think, and people have said it to me before, I think she doesn't want to get it. I don't think she wants, because she's not making any kind of good impression. She's not. But the fact of the matter is that she hates Donald Trump. This is evident. Listen to this.
You've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the...
So there it is. Brett asked a question, he put a statement to her that you've been in office for the last 3.5 years. Yes, she has. She hasn't been the president for the last 3.5 years. Hopefully she won't be the president, but she's had Joe Biden's ear, because that's what a vice president does. They have the ear of the president. Okay. for the last 3.5 years, she's had his ear. And, you know, it's the kind of thing of what's going to change.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person
Come
holding
on,
the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But
people
you're the
have
lever of
become,
power.
but
Now, here's the thing, right? Anybody out there that has suffered, who has studied psychology, okay? You're going to know, if you're out there and you have any kind of psychology degree about you, you're going to know what this little piece here. You ready for this little piece?
listen,
When someone says to you, listen, you know, if you're talking to someone and you stop talking, if you're making a comment to someone and you stop making a comment and they say to you, listen, that's red flags. That's 100% red flags. That's stalling for time, first of all, but it's kind of trying to assert dominance. Now, if you're doing an interview, you shouldn't be trying to assert dominance. You should be talking to the person on the same level as the person that is doing the interview with you. But she goes,
listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me, the former chief of staff to the president, Donald Trump.
how's that answering any question? Not. There's no questions being answered. There's not. Anytime, look, I'm not bashing anybody because someone said, oh, you're very Trump proud. Yes, I am. Listen, I'm Irish. I come from the Republic of Ireland. I'm a Republican. That's what we do. That's what we do. And people say to me, you're very hard on Kamala. I'm not. She's doing it to herself. Really, she's doing it to herself. But yeah, Saturday Night Live got it right because they took the proverbial out of her. And it was all true. It was all true. When I get back, have you been getting messages off Facebook lately that have given you a little bit of a scare? Well, I'm going to be telling you what you can do with those messages. You're listening to News Talk 98.9. WRD is the voice of the Carolinas. Da, 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 da. Just doing the show there now, so I can't really talk. A little bit. See, show. Got to go back on air talking to the microphone. And very welcome back to Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. Yeah. Odi, every time I hear that woman talk, I'm not going to use the word you use as well, it feels like my IQ drops about 10 points. Yeah, that can happen as well. Odi, I quit watching Saturday Night Live because it's gone so woke. I used to love it. Yeah, look at. I mean, they're getting it right now. Maybe. What have we got? Odie, love the show. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. No, I actually really do. I love when people had to say that their first time I've got to catch it. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Odie, my brother, is the end of the world is happening. But it's best to be prepared. Yes, it is 100% best to be prepared. Odie, my name is Stacy. Love your show. Thank you very much. I had no idea that you were in Anderson County. Yeah, live in Anderson County, big place, pretty big county. So am I. I'm in Piedmont. Looking forward to the election, and actually will be a poll manager. Would love to have you as a guest. What's a poll manager? I actually don't know. So you could probably tell me a little bit about the polling. If you want to give me a call on the Word Talk line, 800-905-0989. Stacey, give me a call during the ad break. I'll be able to answer quickly. And you can let me know what a poll manager is. I'd love to have a bit of a chat about that. But now, I was telling you earlier, I'm going to get off Kamala for a little bit because my blood gets a little bit boiled up. As the texter said, when I listen to that woman talking, my IQ drops. Yeah, listen to her quite a bit. Have you noticed on your Facebook account? I'm just going to go into my Facebook account here. Have you noticed on your Facebook account in the last couple of days that you've been getting messages? Just let me hang on here now for 1 second. I'm getting there. Have you noticed that you've been getting messages saying that your account is going to be closed? It's a little bit scary. I've gotten it on a couple of my Facebook accounts, and I've seen scary stuff on it. It comes like this: Dear Odie, important warning from Meta. No, it's not. Your Facebook page is scheduled for permanent deletion due to a post that has infringed upon our trademark rights. We have reached this decision after thorough review of accordance with our intellectual spelled wrong, property protection policies. If you believe that this is to be a misunderstanding, we kindly request, spelled wrong, that you have to file a complaint seeking I don't know what they were trying to spell there, but it's not a word, of your page prior to its removal. Then they send me a lovely little link. It's a link that says customer support. We are understanding that this is maybe a situation to be impacting upon your business and ongoing with operations to you. However, please be informated. Please be informated. English is not my first language, but I know how to spell. Please be informated that if you do not receive our complaint from our, basically, don't. If you get any message from anybody on your Facebook account and it has a link on it, do not click the link. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not an amazing tech guru or anything along those lines, but there's people out there who are trying to scam everybody. I'm serious. I'm looking out for you as best I can. If you click on the link, they will get a lot of your information. Facebook has a lot of your information. It does. It really does. Facebook and Instagram, they're all under the Meta, and WhatsApp is under Meta as well. Just be careful of everything that you send to everybody. If you're a little bit not computer minded, you feel a little bit nervous about anything to do with Facebook. I'm sure you've got kids, nephews, nieces, parents. Your parents could be very tech savvy. If you get a message on Facebook that just makes you go, oh no, oh, am I in trouble? You're not. You're not in trouble. If Facebook are going to delete anything on your account, they're going to delete your account, and then they're going to send you a message telling you why they deleted your account. If you're being a normal person, some people will post things. You could get sent to Facebook jail. They do it first. They'll send you to Facebook jail, and then they will tell you why. Or if you post something inappropriate, they will delete the post, and they will show you the post, and then they will get onto you, and then they will tell you. If anybody sends you anything on Facebook, do not open it. Don't. On the text line, common sense retirement planning. Odi, every election date, at least 16 years of Facebook, there has been some kind of reason for me to suspend because I broke community standards. That is pure BS. What have you been writing? Have you been writing something you shouldn't have? I don't know. Sometimes, just if you're going to repost something, if you're going to repost anything on Facebook or any of the platforms, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, anywhere, just make sure you watch the entire video before you repost it, because there could be something hiding at the end of the video that you're not too sure of. Just make sure that everything you're posting is correct. Listen, there's a lot of people out there, okay? A lot of people out there, and they take offense to everything. 100% offense. I have had people text into the show and say to me, I don't like your accent. Why don't you, they say nasty things. I won't say what they finish with. Just, they said, I don't like your accent. I don't care. I like my accent. Lots of people around me like my accent, and a lot of people comment on my accent. And you have commented as well. People have said it to me. Yeah, I get text in, oh, I like your accent. I've had some a couple of weeks ago. Okay, this is funny. A couple of weeks ago, I had somebody text me in something that they wanted me to say. They gave their phone number and everything. They wanted me to record something on their phone. And I'm just going to come out and say it. It was a little bit naughty. It was. They asked me to record something. Please don't send in text messages asking me to do that. But it gave me a giggle at the time. The text message read, I'm not going to give you the main part of it. Text message read, hey, Odi, I really love the sound of your voice. is it any possibility you could say this phrase and record it onto my phone, please and thank you, love the show. And then they proceeded to tell me what they wanted me to say. No, not going to do that. No. Friend of mine said, "Oh, you need to start an OnlyFans account with that." No, no. You see, I talk about that, and then all of a sudden, people start texting in the show. Hey, Odi, I love your accent. That's why I listen. Well, thank you very much. I'm just having a little bit of fun here on your Sunday, and that's what I'm hoping this show is about, is to have a little bit of fun. Nothing extremely serious apart from all the stuff I'm talking about, Kamala and Donald, and all the serious stuff that we do talk about. But I do like to have a little bit of fun as well. When I get back, yeah, when I'm going to be filling in more about the election. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Sorry, I got a message there on Facebook. Sorry about that, Imogen, or Emma Jean on Facebook. We are on Facebook as well. We're live streaming on there. I had the sound turned off. Sorry about that. If you, sorry. I have quite a few friends in Ireland and here in the US that are gay. They're homosexual. I support them. Whatever you want to do, you can do. Because the people that I'm friends with that, as I said, are gay, they're not ramming it down my throat. They're not saying, "Oh, we're gay and you have to love us because we're gay." And they're not doing that. I've been in their company with their partners. A few friends of mine, couple of dudes. I've been having a few pints with them. I've been in their company. You know, they're not doing public displays of affection. They're just out having a few drinks with a few friends. That's it. They're not trying to push anything onto anybody else. And I have no problem with that. I have a couple of friends of mine, very good friends of mine. They're a lesbian couple. They got engaged this weekend. Congratulations. Fair play to you. Now, I know some people will say, well, it goes against the Bible. But if people are happy living their own lives, if I'm out on the street with my wife, I might hold her hand. You know, it's not hurting anybody. I'm not going to kiss her in public. I'm not going to do massive public displays of affection. Maybe in the truck, you know, I might have a little kiss, little bit of moment of, well, you know, this is my wife. I'm going to kiss my wife. It's not for everybody to see. I'm not broadcasting it out to the world. But if you walk into a school and there is the gay pride flag, I hate to say it, but that is a sexual flag. That is a flag saying, pushing out to the world, pushing out to everybody, this is what I like to engage in. Our kids don't need to know that. My little boy is 4 years old. If I walked into his school, he does homeschooling, but he goes to a kind of a homeschool gathering. It's where a load of kids from homeschooling to get together and to hang out. If I walked into that room and there was a gay pride flag flying there, I'd ask him to take it down. Kids don't need to know that. I did not know what sex was until I was about 16 or 17. I didn't. Now, yes, that was back in the early 1990s, but I didn't know what it was about. I had that awkward conversation with my dad. I actually had that awkward conversation with my dad while fishing out on a lake. I'm not going to go into it because it was very awkward, but it was probably the best place to do it because we're out fishing. And he taught me, you know, there's gay people as well, and they like to do this and have all, you know, do whatever they want to do. But I was 16. I had some understanding of it. Yeah, in the schoolyard, you know, you might have one boy who would know a little bit more than somebody else, and he'd tell you something, and it turns out it was all lies anyway. It was just, you know, being the big man, schoolyard talk. But what would you do? What would you do if you walked into your school or your homeschooling group and you seen the gay pride flag? Would you ask them to take it down? No, I'm not even slightly going against gay people. As I said, many gay friends. But I don't push the fact that I'm straight onto people. Yes, I talk about my wife. I have a wife. Back in Ireland, I had girlfriends. If a gay lady was to walk in and sit down in front of me and say, well, yes, I have a husband or I have a wife or whatever. Okay, that's fine. We don't push it on somebody else because you don't push it on somebody else because you know what will happen. If you push your ideals and opinions onto somebody that's of the same age and able to talk to you about it, they're going to talk back to you. They're going to confront you. But some democratic schools like to push their morals onto kids, into innocent kids, small little kids. If you're listening here tonight, you've got your kids they're probably in bed asleep. Just think about it. Your little 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old. Can you imagine somebody pushing their ideals onto your child? No, that's not. That is not. That's not what it's about. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. 100%. Everybody is entitled to everybody's opinion. But don't push your opinion onto someone else. It's perfectly okay to have a discussion, to have a debate. Your ideals may not be my ideals. You may not like something that I do. But at the end of the day, we're going to talk about it and we're still going to be friends. I'm not going to hate people because they go against what I'm thinking about. Some people will text in. I've got about 25. I asked you earlier on if you were voting for Trump or Harris. I've got about 25, 30, about 45 Trumps. I've got 2 Harrises, but they're still listening. Thank you very much for listening. Really appreciate the fact that you were listening to us. I'd love to know why you're voting for Harris, but I'm not going to get into that. Not going to get into that. Speaking of the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, our buddy that was asking what movie he wanted to watch, well, he's going to be watching Valkyrie. Hang around for the next 15 minutes. You get to hear the end of this show. And somebody else, by the way, I love your accent. Well, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't think we should be pushing any ideals on impressionable minds. Kids are impressionable. Everything that you say to a kid now, believe me with this one, everything that you say and do to a child stays with them for life. Everything. Even the stuff that we manage to put into the back of our mind and forget about, speaking from experience on this one, we remember everything. And when I come back, I'm going to be talking a little bit more in depth about that. As you know, I've been doing a lot of talking about mental health. Well, I'm going to have a little bit of a chat about mental health when we come back. You are listening to Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. It's the voice of the Carolinas. Sorry about that, Imogene. Sound is on now. Sound is on Facebook, not on thing. Thank you. I grew it myself. 43 years of accent training. Is that what you call it? I don't know. I normally turn off the microphone because it picks up everything, and if it's very quiet in the room, it picks up my breathing, and it's very weird sounding. So I pop the mic away or turn it down.
free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
And now, a can't-miss moment from the Charlie James Show.
Mitch McConnell is stepping down from leadership. He's not leaving the Senate, but he's stepping down from leadership. So they got Cornyn as being the new Senate minority leader. Let me tell you folks something. If you want to do serious damage to the Second Amendment, get that guy as Senate minority leader. Senator John Cornyn is no big fan of the Second Amendment. Charlie, my mom is wondering if she can carry a small gun in her purse now. She doesn't have a license to carry and no criminal record, so she is legal to carry it around in her pocketbook, even though she doesn't have a license for it. Absolutely. If your mom wants to get a holster and put it on her hip, she can do that. Charlie, I heard representatives and senators saying the Wild West mess during the debate. It's a lie. FBI statistics say violent crime has gone down in every state that passed it. Those statements were nothing but phony crap fear-mongering. You're exactly right, Tracy. Tell me, Traps. Yeah, you got that one spot on.
Don't miss the Charlie James Show. Weekdays 3 to 7 on News Talk 98.9 WORD in the Carolinas. Share your thoughts. Text Odi on the
All right, welcome back to the show. Last segment, last hour. Yeah, I know. Where does the 2 hours go? Gone. Out the door. Gone. Don't forget, I am streaming live on Facebook as well. I do it every single night. Lonzo taught me how to do it, so I'm doing it. Every Sunday night, I stream live. Just before 8 o'clock, I come live on the show, and you can drop your messages there. That's what the kids are saying now. Drop your messages. Go on to the WRD, the News Talk 98.9 WRD Facebook page. I stream live there on my own page, Odi Fitzgerald. Odi spelled O-D-I. And I am on my YouTube channel as well. You can check out some of the other videos I have on the YouTube channel there as well. Now, every week, every single week, and I'm going to talk about it every week. Mental health. I've suffered with my own mental health. No, I haven't suffered. I've learned with my own mental health, and I want to become as big of an advocate for mental health as I possibly can, because in my own experience, now I have no problem. I'll come out and say it. I go to counseling. Sometimes the world is just a little bit too much. Sometimes things get to you. Sometimes you just can't do it on your own. Sometimes the people that you love will tell you that you can't do it on your own. You don't listen to them because you don't listen to anybody. So I have been going out and I've been getting help. You know, someone to talk to, someone to have conversations with, because you can talk to your friends. You can talk to your friends. You can talk to your relatives. You can talk to strangers. If you build up a conversation with a stranger, you can talk to them about a lot of things. Talk to your work colleagues. But there could be some things that you don't want to talk to certain people about. You may not want to divulge too much of your personal stuff to different people. Now, I know I talk about a lot of things here on the show. I do. I talk about lots of different things. But sometimes I need a little bit of professional help, and I got some professional help, and I'm talking to a counselor. I have chats with a counselor, because, as I said, sometimes the world is a little bit too hard for us to get by on our own. Now, one thing that I have noticed since I came here to America is that now I cannot emphasize this enough, some doctors, and I say this some, maybe 1 in 200, don't necessarily help as best they can. Again, I cannot reiterate this fact enough that some. They give people antidepressants and they say, go about your business. Thanks very much. Oh, that, by the way, that's $200, whatever it is. But then some doctors are absolutely fantastic. And I mean this. I talked to my doctor and I just just not feeling 100%, not feeling great, not feeling fantastic. And she said to me, how is your diet? And I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's been better. She said, maybe you can work on your diet. A couple of pounds you could do with losing. Yes, there is a couple of pounds you could do with losing. She said to me then, would you like to talk to somebody? Would you like to have a conversation with somebody? And I said, no, I'd be fine. Be grand. But yeah, turns out that I did want to talk to somebody, and I was chatting to somebody. And then she said to me, maybe work on your diet. You probably do with getting an allergy test to see what you're allergic to. And if you've got health insurance, I think pretty much everybody out there, you let me know. I want you to let me know. 71307, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. If you have your health insurance, you can get help. There's plans out there. They're not that expensive. They're really not. You can do co-pays. So what I'm trying to say is that we need to help each other. If you're taking medication for depression, or if you're taking medication, if you've been advised by your doctor, then whatever your doctor has advised you to do it. I'm not that kind of doctor. But if you want help will be available to you. And yes, I know I've talked about this quite a few times on the show. And the main reason is because I see a lot of people out there in the world struggling. And unfortunately, a lot of people out there in the world, when they're struggling, they don't know where to turn to. So they turn to the wrong things. They turn to vices. They possibly turn to alcohol. I've seen that as well. I've seen it happen. I've seen people turn to alcohol for the wrong reasons. Doesn't help. May help at the time. May feel great. Wake up the next morning, really bad hangover. But doesn't help. Alcohol is a depressant. Yes, I know I'm Irish, and I'm saying that. I've had people get in contact with me. I've had a lot of people get in contact with me that have been in the armed forces. And I've had lots of different reports, and I want to hear if you are in the armed forces and if you've had any dealings with the VA. Now, I know the VA help a lot of people. There's a lot of friends of mine, and they've gotten physical therapy, they've got mental therapy, they've gotten help from the VA. Reach out if you need help, and if you're a veteran, reach out to the VA. They can help. And the other group of people that I want to talk to is law enforcement officers. You don't realize. So you see a cop driving around the place. You think, oh, he's got an easy job. He's just driving around the place. He has to deal with some people sometimes. And, but he's okay. He's got a gun. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. Do you know the mental anguish that a cop has to go through after he discharges his firearm? There's even mental anguish when a cop has to discharge a non-lethal weapon, whether it's a taser or if it's what was it, the pepper spray? That plays on somebody. Anything that happens in your life, it's going to stay in your brain. It's going to stay with you. Cops have to get counseling. Cops need counseling. It's not an easy job. It's not. And then there's people saying, oh, let's defund them. No, let's not. The people that say let's defund the police departments or the sheriff's departments or the law enforcement's FBI, CIA, all of them guys, what are they going to do if they do defund it? Who are they going to call if they need somebody in a hurry? And again, we'll go back to ambulance drivers, fire departments. There's people in the fire department that have seen stuff that you never want to see. There's people in the ambulance service, in the paramedics, have seen stuff that you never, ever, ever want to see. Nobody wants to see it. And they have to get help as well. So over the coming weeks, coming months, years, I'm going to be talking. Whether I end the show on it every week or not, I'm going to be talking about mental health. We need to start talking to each other. I let my voice be heard here on the radio station every Sunday night. If you want to, I don't mind. If you want to, you can send me a direct message on my Facebook account, Odi_Fitzgerald. You'll find it. Odi Fitzgerald, ODI Fitzgerald. And I'll try and help. I'll try and lead you in the right direction to get help if you need help. You don't know me, and you know me. You listen to me, but I don't know you. I'm going to be completely impartial. I'll try and help you as best I can. I'm going to talk to the powers that be here within the station to see if we can set something up that I can get an information line set up. If you text in a certain word, that we can get information sent out to you. I'm working on that at the present because everybody needs a little bit of help all of the time. Everybody. Tomorrow morning, Joey is going to be kicking off at 5 o'clock. I think it's 5 o'clock. And Tara will be here at 6. Then Bill. Then Mike. No, Tara, then Mike, then Bill. And then Charlie. And then if you wait until next Sunday, I'll be back again. Yeah. Lots and lots of people are going to keep you entertained here on News Talk 98.9, which is the voice of the Carolinas. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thanks for all your text messages. Thanks for everybody that's been here. Slán Awalya. Bye. Alrighty. Yep, that's the show. Thank you very much for everybody that participated tonight. Yeah. You can watch this back. Sorry, there was a bit in the middle where I forgot to turn on the microphone. I'll try not to do it again. Anyway, see ya. Bye.